The village of Potsdam, up in St. Lawrence County, is holding its first ever Pride Festival this weekend, a celebration of all things LGBTQ. And if you were listening to the radio this afternoon, you heard me doing my music show, The Beat Authority, live on location in Potsdam as a kickoff for the Pride Fest. If you missed it, you can listen back. It was super fun. Go to ncpr.org/beat and hit play. So good. There are Pride celebrations all over the North Country this month. We talk with an organizer of one in Glens Falls on today's story of the day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Kinney Drugs, now offering a new mobile app to help patients better manage prescriptions for themselves and their family. More at kinneydrugs.com.
Hey, I'm David Summerstein. It's Friday, June 9th. Thanks to Lucy Grindin for filling in while I was away. First up, there was a lot of talk headed into this year's legislative session about housing, both adding protections for renters and building hundreds of thousands of new housing units around the state. And it appears both of those efforts won't make any headway this year. WNYC's John Campbell reports.
State Senate and Assembly leaders issued a joint statement claiming they were close to a deal on housing policy. It would have prevented New York City landlords from evicting tenants without good cause, and it would have extended a tax break for housing developers in an effort to build more housing. But those talks have broken down. The leaders laid blame with Governor Hochul, claiming she wasn't on board. But it wasn't clear if there was enough legislative support either. Now, lawmakers are set to end their annual session at the end of the week without taking up any major housing measures at all. John Campbell, North Country Public Radio.
June is Pride Month, a celebration of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer community around the country. There were events across our region last weekend to kick off Pride Month and more planned over the next few weeks, including the Potsdam Pride Festival this weekend. In Glens Falls last weekend, the Pride Festival drew hundreds of people. Emily Russell spoke with Cam Cardinali, president of Lower Adirondack Pride, about inclusivity in the Glens Falls region and why he thinks Pride celebrations are crucial to the future of the North Country.
So you grew up in Glens Falls and came out as gay when you were younger. What was that like, and how did that experience shape the work that you do now?
So I came out in high school, and that was an experience. I underwent a lot of bullying, a lot of pushback, and it was really not a great time. So that's really where this organization comes from. And a different approach we're trying to take is to get into the schools and speak with the students and create events that are all ages and that anyone can enjoy, and just create a safe place within this community.
The nearby community of Lake Luzerne had planned a drag queen story hour this spring. It was ultimately canceled, and a new board member was actually elected who ran on a platform opposing the event. What do you think the takeaway from that whole thing is?
Yeah, that was so unfortunate. You know, Lake Luzerne is further out in the country than the city of Glens Falls is, especially the youth community within Lake Luzerne who aren't feeling accepted, aren't supported by their community, aren't supported by their family and their friends. And we were really looking forward to that event. We were sad to see it ultimately canceled. We were honored to have no issues with our drag show this past Sunday in Glens Falls. We had 7 queens and about a 2-hour show. So it was awesome. And the audience was just so engaged and so respectful to the queens. And it really was like a full circle moment for this area of this is okay and this is accepted and this is what it's going to be.
How do you think events like that, just publicizing the community more broadly and encouraging more inclusivity, how do you think that plays into the future of this place?
So as a younger professional in this area who stayed in this area, it's super important to have this programming to both attract younger people here and retain them. And we're working with economic development professionals to do that, because without this programming, without these events, there's really nothing holding the LGBTQIA+ community together. So that's really our goal, is to retain and attract people here to Glens Falls and the surrounding communities, because we have a lot of beautiful places here. And without events and a community and support, these people aren't going to stay.
And talk a little bit about what kind of programs you've got coming up over this Pride Month.
So Lower Adirondack Pride aims to have 12-month programming, and this Saturday, June 10th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we'll have a Pride Mixer at the Larac Gallery in Glens Falls. And then on Friday, June 16th, we will have a Pride Paint event at the Wood Theater at 7 p.m., and tickets are on sale for that now as well. And then on Wednesday, June 21st at 5:30, Lower Adirondack Pride will host its annual meeting at the Crandall Public Library. That's where folks can come to get involved and learn about the work we're doing and join committees if they're interested.
How do you feel about like the future of the Pride movement and the LGBTQIA plus community in Glens Falls and in the broader North Country?
The future is really looking colorful for the LGBTQIA plus community in the North Country. You know, not just our organization, but other Pride organizations are bringing events, bringing such an amazing sense of community and sense of belonging to this area. And that's really what it's all about. So we're really excited to see that future grow and have more events and have more support and be that connection for the community, for teens who are in a home where it's not going to be accepted. And unfortunately, that's just a matter of the fact. And again, attracting people here to our events, supplying our workforce with employees who are part of our community because they move here and we have these events and this support group and that kind of thing.
That was Cam Cardinale, president of Lower Adirondack Pride, speaking with Emily Russell. A little fun bonus story for a Friday. The nonprofit group North Country Crusaders is a team of superheroes who raise money for community organizations like food pantries, and they volunteer at local events to drum up enthusiasm. Yes, they dress up like superheroes. Lucy Grindon brings us this Heard Up North from the Canton Dairy Princess Festival last weekend, where a woman in a red cape, red boots, and a tiara showed up to spark some joy.
I'm North Country Wonder Woman from the North Country Crusaders.
How long have you been Wonder Woman?
Actually, 7 years today. I actually debuted at the Canton Dairy Princess festivities. That's why I definitely wanted to come. Basically, I'm interacting with the public. We like to go to public events when we can to show our support.
Hello. Hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you.
Being Wonder Woman is more than a physical appearance. It's more than a height or a weight. Wonder Woman is about showing compassion to others and to encourage others to be kind to one another. Another thing is sometimes people don't realize the impact of just smiling at someone. A lot of people are ignored, and if someone is having a hard time, that just reminds them they're not alone and that someone actually cares that they're here. Themyscira is where I was born.
Where is that? How far is it?
It's also known as Paradise Island. I can't give you the precise location.
Well, I'm going to meet Batman. Where is he?
Oh, Batman sometimes is away on mission right now.
True,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
True.
See you later, Wonder Woman. It's nice meeting you.
Awesome job.
Make sure to tell Batman to say hi.
I will let Batman know.
Lucy Grindon produced that Heard Up North from the Dairy Princess Parade in Canton. We have more news all the time on our website, ncpr.org. Music today by I Am Snow Angel of Lake Placid and Martha Gallagher of Keene. Have a great weekend. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.